Hello and happy Friday. I decided to make this a YouTube video even though I'm not a YouTuber, so this is just a casual conversation. I want to address a lot of the questions that come up usually when a customer reaches out to me about the devices I sell and is like, hey, how come your devices are a lot more affordable or cheaper than what I saw in the market? Is it worse? Is it better? Why is it cheaper? So first of all, I would like to say that I source my own housing. So I work with a manufacturer, actually a couple of manufacturers that actually produce specifically for me. So I have certain requirements. I did testing on a few housings and I said, look, I like this housing, but we need to do those improvements. And they send me another sample. Then I do more testing until I'm satisfied. And the devices I sell are the ones that have been quality controlled and have been and they prove to be solid devices for night vision. Okay, I'm gonna start with my most call it common or famous, my call it top of the line device, which is the Bagheera Alpha. Okay, so I call this the Bagheera Alpha. So it's a binocular night vision device, as you can see. Okay, it is articulating, so if you push one pod up, it will turn it off. You push the other one pod up, it will turn it off. You keep both down, they're both on. If you push both up, they are both off. So it is articulating and auto on, auto off on rotation. Okay, it has a gain control knob, but all the tubes I use are auto gain, so this will not do anything. Okay, so you hold the button, turn it on, hold the button, turn it off. You double click, you turn on the IR illuminator right here. Double click again, you turn off the IR illuminator again. Okay, and this is your battery compartment. So it's a simple and efficient binocular device that offers all the features you want in a night vision binocular. It comes with eye cups that are removable, so you could just remove those. Okay, and this one's already built, and I want to show you how the objective lenses look. So they already have a coating. Okay, very good lenses. I think they perform as good or even better than mil-spec lenses. Okay, so look at this coating, I love it. Okay, they filter the lights that you don't or they filter the wavelengths that cause the device to be distorted. Okay, all right, so this device is, as I said, a simple binocular night vision that I worked hard to make affordable. Okay, it doesn't mean it's cheap. Still, you know, $4,500 to $5,000 is a lot of money, but in the night vision world, this is an affordable binocular device. And I do not make this affordable by cheaping out on the tubes. Okay, this is the issue with binocular devices out on the market, that hey, you get a good solid housing, but they cheap out on the tubes. You get tubes with 1200 or 1400 FOM, low SNR and low resolution. The gain is not that great, and then they sell it as affordable. I refuse to sell those tubes. Why? Because the customer is going to be happy with it for a month, and then they're going to realize that, hey, this is disappointing. Anytime it gets really dark, I can't see anything. Okay, so this is not one of those. Okay, this housing is made out of PEEK, and the tubes I use in there are either NNVT with 1700 FOM plus, and most of the time it's closer to 1800 FOM with a higher SNR, or the new CETC tubes with the diffraction grating. If you watched my other videos on Instagram, I show you the diffraction grating coating on those tubes, which is that rainbow coating layer that shows on the tube. And I get that question, what is diffraction grating? What does it do? To put it simply, it's like a prism. If you ever seen a glass prism and how it splits light and you see rainbow colors inside that prism, diffraction grating coating works kind of the same way. So what it does, it splits the light wavelengths into different angles, right? So each wavelength or group of wavelengths go in a different angle, and that will enable the tube to see better at a wider range of wavelengths. This is as simple as I could put it. Okay, so what it does is it improves gain, it improves contrast at night, it improves illumination, and it just gives you an overall better performing tube with that diffraction grating. Okay, and some of the NNVT 7 tubes has it, and the Photonus newer tubes has it. Okay, but CETC just started using that. I'm not sure what end of 2025 or 2026, but the tubes I have are 2026 production. So the CETC tubes are a little bit more expensive than the NNVT tubes, so my pricing is adjusted accordingly. But I would say the NNVT tubes with the 1700 FOM spec perform very close to those CETC tubes with diffraction grating. Of course, the ones with diffraction grating has slightly better performance, but honestly, for somebody who's a beginner, you will not see the difference at first. Maybe later on, when you're an expert and you've been using your night vision device for a while, you will actually be able to notice the difference with your own eyes. Okay, but just for disclosure, I'm explaining the difference between those two. So if you buy this from me, you will either get it with NNVT tubes or CETC tubes, based on what you request and of course the price you pay. Okay, so this device comes with a hard case, a soft case, a mount, a helmet mount. It comes with soft case, hard case, a helmet mount, sacrificial lenses for the objective, and protection lenses for the eyepiece, okay, or for the ocular lens, okay, and of course the eye cups and the device you see. So it's a full kit, and it's under $5,000, so very few out there could beat this offer. And if they do, please check their tube specs, because tube specs are important. And 1200, 1400 FOM, I want to say they're great, you know, like they work. You're gonna see at night when with your eyes you can't, but when it gets really dark they get really grainy and the resolution is low, and you're just not gonna be able to see details. But for a beginner, and if you think it's a good deal, it totally works. I'm not gonna say it's not good enough if it's all you can get, but for the same, almost the same price, and sometimes I beat even those prices, I'm giving you a 17 to 1800 FOM tubes, okay? And I'm not gonna say what they compare to from the American side of things, but they compare to all of the tubes made in the United States, okay? And I'll let you judge for yourself from the photos and the videos I post on Instagram and social media. Okay, this is for the Bagheera Alpha. Now, the Bagheera Phantom, and this is the last Phantom I have, by the way. What's the difference? Why is this cheaper? Okay, first of all, the housing cost wholesale is cheaper, so I pass those savings to the customer. Is it not as good? It's a very solid housing. Honestly, the build of this, if you hold it in your hand, it was like, oh, this feels like quality just the moment you pick it up and hold it. Okay, it still comes with lens caps, and those lens caps actually have a hole that has a tinted glass on it, right? It still comes with an open IR illuminator, and this one comes with a cool feature that I have not seen on the Bagheera Alpha, okay, which is a sensor right here. So this sensor, if there's too much bright light out there, let's say you turn on the device in at daylight in the sun, this sensor will pick that light up and will turn off your tubes to protect it, because this is not a device so you can see at daylight. You don't need it at daylight, okay? Let's say you turn it on, it will turn off your tubes and it will protect it because of that sensor, in addition to the auto gating, right? So this feature does not exist on other devices. I haven't seen it on any other devices. They both come with IPD stops, right? So you could adjust it based on your eyes. Like if you twist this, it will move the pod outwards based on your eyes or interpupillary distance. Okay. Has a 50 field of view, not a 40 field of view. But because it has a 50 field of view, you will see slight distortion on the edges of the lens. Right? For somebody who's new to night vision and this is your first device, you're not gonna know what I'm talking about. But if you look through mil-spec lenses or better, you will notice, oh, wait a minute, those lenses have some distortion on the edges that the other lenses that I've used do not. But as a first time user, you're not gonna even notice. But you're getting a much better deal on this one, okay? Just because it just cost me less. Still comes with a hard case, a soft case, comes with a soft helmet that doesn't come with the other one, and it also comes with a mount, okay? Does not come with sacrificial lenses, nor can you fit on it PVS-14 sacrificial lenses, because the lenses on this one are not standard PVS-14 lenses. These lenses are proprietary to this device, okay? That's another thing you want to know, why it is cheaper, right? But it still comes with, as I said, all the accessories, no sacrificial lenses and no protection lenses for the eyepiece. This is what you get with the Bagheera Alpha that you won't get with the Bagheera Phantom. You still get eye cups too, if you want to use the eye cups. I don't like using the eye cups, some people do, okay? But I want to put these side by side so you can see how they look side by side, okay? So very similar design. The Bagheera Alpha is slightly bigger, the Bagheera Phantom is more compact. Let me see if I could hold both from the top so you can see them right next to each other. Oh, and they both come with a backup or external battery pack and official cable, so you're getting that battery pack that gives you a forever battery life, right? This Bagheera Alpha uses a AA battery, Bagheera Phantom uses a CR123 battery, so that is one of the differences in those two devices, okay? But please ask me questions. You could comment, ask anything, and I'm happy to answer them. You know, this is a business for me and a hobby, so I like talking about it. It's not just about making money, it's about having an informed customer. So I'd like people to know what they're getting and what they're not getting versus just selling, okay? So ask me questions, ask me about, there's no such thing as a stupid question, and I don't know everything, so if I don't know, I'll tell you that I don't know. If I do, I will explain to you the simplest way possible to help you understand what I'm talking about, okay? But those devices I think are the most affordable on the market. There's a lot of other sellers that have good devices too, but I keep my margins low to keep the price low, because when I came into business, the main reason I got into business in night vision is to provide the most affordable night vision device that still performs, right? So you don't want to get trash or the bottom of the barrel because you want to save money, or you just simply don't have more to spend, right? Still, $4,000 or $5,000 for a binocular is a lot of money, but it's not $7,000-8,000. Now I do have a PVS-14 too with the similar tube in it, and those go around the $2,200 mark, brand new. Everything I sell is brand new, okay? If I'm selling a trade-in that is used, I'll explicitly disclose that, but everything I sell and you see in my videos is new, okay? I appreciate everybody's time. I appreciate all my customers that already bought from me and support me in this business. I really appreciate the reviews you guys leave, and all I need is honest feedback from customers so I could improve my my products and my services, okay? So if you see something that you don't like, I'm open to polite criticism, but I do my best to listen and adapt, okay? There are certain things I can change, and there are certain things that I can't, you know. The cost by nature on intensifier tubes that are the core of every night vision device is high, so that's why the room or the margins are small and the discounts are very limited. But I do my best to get everybody into the hobby, or if you're using it for work, get it to you at the most affordable price. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day.